Thank you very much, Comrade Maite, Minister. Just let me also add to this issue of the ICC as the first question that was asked by Daily Maverick. Comrade Maite says that the procedural aspect is what was found against in court. Would like to confirm that. You would recall that for the ANC subcommittee, as we are here, the mandate to withdraw from the ICC was taken, is derived from our own structures, the NGC. And as at this point in time, there has not been any review of that mandate. In that regard, as a subcommittee, we have been going on, and we understood that mandate to be saying, as we withdraw from the ICC, and I'd like South Africans to listen carefully here, we need to ensure that we consult at the AU level, which thing has been happening throughout the time since the decision was made. We also needed to ensure that there's a discussion at ICC level on some possible amendments of the statutes, which matter has also been ongoing. I'm sure you have had one of our brilliant lawyers who's in this room, together with Dr. Devet, at that committee, also having to defend South Africa on some of the issues there. So our presence has always been there as well. So the discussion is ongoing there and has been ongoing. I must say that we have, some of us have actually, with the minister, we had personally had discussions with other countries, the EU, recall it the Britain, where we discussed a matter related to the amendment of the statutes, related to the issue of, what do you call that? The fact that we can allow some of the presidents to visit South Africa, like the story of al-Bashir, what do you call it? Immunities, issue of immunities. That part that deals with immunities is the issue. So we have had discussions with several countries about that, for that area to be amended. If we could be helped and the court could focus on that amendment, it could just be.
He's just listed the job done to say.
Yeah. Anyway, we also had to deal with the issue of strengthening the African instruments. That is now the African courts. That work is ongoing right now. So what I'm really saying to you is that we are not just sitting. Remember that South Africa and the ANC has never said that we could ever be heard or seen to be allowing any form of impunity. And this is the reason why our mandate is clearly to ensure that we strengthen the African instruments here, so that those who are found not being on the side of the law, being heads of states or whoever, can actually be taken through that process. So that work is ongoing. At government level, I can confirm that we have processed those issues. There are some follow-ups that are happening in terms of amending some of the statutes or the decisions, the Malabo decision, for instance, that allows people, ordinary citizens, to not see the instruments of a particular country and even our country being the courts of first instance. So we need to have in the Malabo amendment the courts of first instance, and then only then can people move to the other areas like ICC or whatever, if it's and the African instruments. Well, there's a question that came quite several times about the challenges of the ANC. We are, on the contrary, being told that South Africa, we really need you. We honor and respect all your role in various fora, wherever we go. I mean, I've just come out of the meeting of several others at the United Nations, at the Conference of the Oceans, many others. People say that your role can never be underestimated. So I don't think people can say that when in fact they are also saying at the same time that South Africa's role could be diminished or they are worried. They do know that as a matter of fact, much as we may be having those challenges, we are continuing to function at government internationally. We are continuing to perform our tasks, and we are continuing to play our role and to take our rightful space. Where we have to provide leadership, we are doing so. So there's no effect really, I think. The next other question really that's Auntie Sophie asked is about, it's the same as that one, I think, the gateway being the gateway. Just the last question. You asked if we have been playing a role in, and I thought Minister was going to touch on this part, in the role that we are playing in the DRC, in silencing the guns and so forth and so forth. Indeed, there is still that work that's ongoing. There's, as we are speaking, to date, South Africa has served in 14 international peace operations, including 7 UN peacekeeping missions, and most prominently in the DRC that you mentioned. You have seen us playing a role in Lesotho recently that led up to the elections, a few days ago, successful elections. And we are also continuing with our bilateral relations with many other countries. We are continuing to monitor peace processes in other countries. We really think that that role is continuously being played in Sudan, South Sudan as well. I'm sure you know that. So I'm really saying, in short, that role has not